Hi, this is Biswals, and I'm going to show you my code and the output for assignment 1, subject 2560. So these are all my files I've already uploaded on no machine. So I'm going to show you up here on Bitvise. So this is my code for Q1, Q1.c. So this is my code. Now what it does is basically tells the size of a file. I have to input obviously the file name, so what I'm going to do is gcc q1.c, run it real quick. Q1 runs. So now I'm gonna enter file name. So I have a file already made, q1.txt, as you can see above here. So q1.txt, as soon as I input it, gives me file size is 67. Now to confirm it, what I'm going to do is lsl q1.txt. So it gives me a size 67, so which is basically the same size. So it confirms the size and the code runs fine. Now for question 2, I'm going to just clear it real quick. For question 2, I made a writer.c as specified and in the assignment. So I'm going to run it. I'm going to show you the code first. Writer.c. This is my code. I'm going to run it now. What it does is basically create a text file called list1.txt, and it will show you an output with 101 GM Buick, then the year 2010, and Ford Lincoln 2005, I think. So if it runs correctly, then it will show you the output as specified by the assignment. Now it runs. So writer list1.txt. So I've already not made the list1.txt. So this is the first time in this folder I'm gonna make it, so that it's new, it's fresh. So now the file is made. What I'm gonna do is cat list1.txt, and it shows the correct output. So I think it runs fine. So now for question 3, it's basically the same thing but in standard input output calls. So cat q3.c, this is my code. So it's going to do the same thing, where instead of creating a list1.txt, it's going to create a list2.txt. Now to confirm it, I'm going to do ls. See, there's no list2.txt. Now what I'm going to do is gcc q3.c o q3 runs. So q3 list2.txt runs. So I'm going to show you the new file made, list2.txt, and that's the file. So it runs really good. Now for question 4, this is my code, cat q4.c. So what it's going to do is count the number of lines in a file. So I've already made a q4.txt right here. So it already has 3 lines. I'm going to show you real quick. q4.txt. See, as you can see, there's a 3-line content, a name, uwin id, and txt.txt for q4. Now I'm going to run it. So gcc q4.c o q4, it runs. So q4, and gives me the output. The number of lines in the file are 3. Now to confirm it, what I'm going to do, yeah, I already showed you the file, so it confirms, it runs great. So for the question 5, it's basically the same thing, but again using the standard input output calls. So cat q5.c, that's my code. Yeah, that's my code. So gcc q5.c o q5 runs. q5, number of lines are 3. Now I'm going to show you what the q5.txt was. So it was again the same 3 lines, txt for q5. So it gives me this correct output. I'm going to clear it. Now for question 6, I'm going to show you the code first. q6.txt, or oh sorry, not q6.txt, cat q6.c. So this is my code for question 6. You can have a real quick look. So this is my code. Now what it does is it takes a file, suppose q6.txt, I already showed you that, and it will just add the new input below it and output the file again. So I'm going to run it, gcc q6.c q6, it runs. So q6.txt. So this is the old contents of the file. Now I'm gonna input it like I don't know, today is 3rd and it gives me. So as you can see, there were 5 lines, 1 2 3, a little space, and a 5th line. So 1 2 3 4, 4th space, 5th line, and the appended line. So it runs great. Now I'm gonna do the question 7. It's basically the same thing. It's gonna do the same thing, but using standard input output calls. So cat q7.c. This is my code for q7. Now what I'm gonna do is cat q7.txt. I've already made a txt file. It's basically the same with for q7. Now gcc q7.co q7, it runs q7.txt. Now these are the old contents. I'm gonna do the same thing. Today is 3rd Feb, and it gives me the output 1 2 3 lines. Now 4th was a space, 5th was the line again, and 6th was the appended line, so it appends. Now for the 8th question, it's the last program is making a whole from page 68-69 of the textbook, but using standard input output calls. So what I did is, here's my code, q8.c. So that's my code. So this is going to create a file named file.whole, which will have the null characters in between, and then it will have buff between buff1 and buff2. So I'm going to run it real quick. It runs. So it successfully ran, and to confirm it, it will show you the file.whole. It's there, yeah. So now there's a command in the book which can confirm the content of the whole file.whole. So what I'm going to do is od.c file.whole, and that's the output. It can be seen that it is making null characters, which creates a whole. So that's my assignment. That's all for assignment 12560. Thank you.